I'm not getting rattled.
And we're 3 points off top 4, so it's not looking too bad.
Yeah.
Foden 88, Saka 87. I think that's wrong.
A nice that you put your top on. You want to take it off and get the branding out? Happy birthday!
Make a wish to win the league.
I did.
But how much chance do Arsenal have of winning the Champions League?
0, mate.
If we got through PSV, do you think there's any chance?
No.
Hang on, let me finish.
Predictions.
2-1 Tottenham.
3-1 Liverpool. 2-0 Wolves.
Chelsea to beat Man United at Old Trafford.
Still there.
You're in trouble if we win this game.
You better not lose on Saturday.
We beat the world champions this weekend. That makes you world champion.
We're the world champions, but you're not in a title.
This is why you'll never win the league.
6 billion down the drain.
Robbie celebrating a 1-0 win. Abby Pilates instead of trophies. You never walk alone.
Catch us every Monday for the weekend roundup.
Yes, everybody, welcome back to DR Sports. Welcome back to Live at 5 on a Wednesday. I'm not sure if you're aware, maybe you are aware, the Premier League is back soon. And some people complain about the international breaks, but yesterday was one of the most manic evenings of international breaks I've seen in a long time, potentially more. I say more insane than most of the Premier League weekends, at least, that we've had so far this season. And today, joining me to talk about that and to, start previewing, head back into the Premier League season. On my left, it's Abby. How you doing, Abby?
Fine. It's so cold, guys.
It's freezing in here today, by the way.
Don't live in the UK, it's so cold. We woke up this morning, it was snowing. And I'm really just not mentally or emotionally prepared for this cold weather. I can't lie. So, hi.
Yeah, so immediately one of the commenters asked, Soupman has asked, are we sending the hot takes here?
Yes,
if you want to get your hot takes in, I mean, me and Abby, we love doing this. It's probably my favourite show of the week at the moment.
It is, when we do
the hot
hot
take
takes.
show. Either give us super chats or anything, put them in here. And also, if you want your voice heard on DR Sports across the next couple of days on the Live at 5s, below me there is a WhatsApp number. Get your videos or voice notes in, and then we'll probably go through them over the next couple of days. Especially, I'm going to say, get them in about the coming Premier League weekend, because on Thursday and on Friday, obviously Live at 5 till 6 p.m, we will be going through all of that stuff. But for now, I want to start by just bigging up the boys up north in Scotland.
I know. Some seriously good goals in that game. Unbelievable for Scotland, so big up to them. But like some of the goals,
That's what I mean. The quality on display,
unbelievable.
It was so funny to me watching that game. So I think Scott McTominay scores one of the best goals I've seen in a long time. Yeah, Kieran Tierney scored an absolute screamer. They had the goal from halfway line as well. And over the Denmark side, it was Rasmus Højlund and Patrick Dorgu were scoring.
I know.
So I was looking at it going, it's just Man United and ex-Man United all over the gap here today. Yeah.
It was like a Napoli special as well, wasn't it? With what's his name? With McTominay and Højlund. But yeah, I mean, I saw so many people on Instagram last night just going absolutely mental about Scotland getting to the World Cup.
Have you seen some of the videos?
I have. I've seen quite a few. And like the limbs, like, let's be honest, like international break is pretty boring for the most part. We had them like every kind of 3 weeks since the start of the season. And it's good when you get good limbs. You get nice little endings, nice little stories. Obviously, we'll touch about Curacao in a minute as well. But like, there's nice endings. Obviously, Wales as well. They were. Yeah, I mean, they're not through, but
we're not through. So, but what our result is that we've secured ourselves in pot B of the 4 UEFA qualifications. So how it works is the pot A is the best of the rest, kind of like the best teams, and then pot B, pot C, pot D obviously then kind of goes in descending order. About, I can't remember how the metrics were, but it's ended up being that I think it's because we beat North Macedonia. By the way, North Macedonia, in the 7 games before they played Wales, they conceded 3 goals in those 7 games.
Yeah.
We then hit them for 7. We absolutely annihilated them. It was one of the best performances. And also Harry Wilson as well. I've got to give a big shout out to Harry. For anyone who was... I know most people will be watching the Scotland game. Obviously, I was probably in the minority watching the Wales game, but I am Welsh, is what it is. So obviously, I'm going to watch them. But I've not seen such a commanding performance from a Welsh player on the pitch since Gareth Bale played for us.
That is something.
Harry Wilson, just massive shout out. He's fantastic. When he's allowed to be the centre of everything, I think he's phenomenal as a player, just personally.
That's okay. We're not putting him in the same bracket as Gareth Bale, obviously.
No, obviously not. But in terms of like someone like taking the game, he scored a hat trick.
Yeah.
2 penalties, all 3 from dead ball situations, 2 penalties and a stunning free kick.
Listen, I'm buzzing for you. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, I'm so happy. Brennan Johnson, by the way, also scored a lovely, lovely goal. Cut in on the right, from the left, cut in on the right.
Love it.
Laser into top bins.
Well, if only he could do that on the weekend.
Yeah, well, maybe not. But no, I think on the left-hand side, I don't know how often he's played on the left for Spurs, but he was a good display. He looked brighten up for it.
I mean, brighten up for it is not usually words I would associate with Brennan. I would associate with Brennan back post.
Back post baller.
Back post Brennan. I would say has a moment, and then we don't really see Brennan again. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he can carry on his Welsh form.
Maybe
To Spurs.
as long as he keeps it up for us, I do not care. Don't care what he does with Spurs. But honestly, yeah, just back to Scotland. It's so good to see. Just so good to see them qualify. It's like it's the first World Cup since 1992, I want to say, and they've qualified directly.
Yeah.
Obviously, Wales. We're talking about Wales. Like we had to go. We're playing one of it's like I can't remember. It's one of Republic of Ireland, Kosovo. I can't remember. The draw is tomorrow. But Scotland, they topped their group, gone straight through. And for me, it was so funny. I mean, even obviously I support Wales, but I was shouting at the screen for the ref to finish the game.
Yeah.
6 minutes out of time had gone. Obviously, they'd scored it in the extra time, so the ref put normally they put another 30 seconds
Yeah,
or 1 minute on. But then the 1 minute came and it was gone. And then I was looking. Me and my dad were shouting at the screen, going, "Ref, blow the whistle, blah blah blah."
Yeah.
And then you just hear the crowd when he's running for that final goal for the final 4 pushing. You hear the crowd ring, and then the commentator shout, "Shoot!" I'm like, why? Because you can't see Peter
Absolutely
Schmeichel in the clip.
He's
Why
lobbed
would he
the
shoot?
keeper.
And then Peter Schmeichel's in the middle of their own half, goes over his head. By the way, I don't know if you've seen the angle, but the angle from like looking at the goal, the ball wasn't going in until the very last second.
I mean, it's such a hit. Like honestly,
an incredible
like, loving
shot.
the keeper. I mean, the pure limbs of it, and I think that scoring the goal that Tierney did just a couple of minutes before that, like it also gives you the confidence that the confidence. Like the whole ground is rocking, and you just think, yeah, do you know what? Like let's just do it. Like just try something.
Also, worst comes
audacious.
to worst, you've leathered it at the other end of the pitch.
Yeah.
So
And
the
it's-
rest
and
were going to call
the-
the ball anyway.
Precisely.
Yeah.
So yeah, good night for everyone except for Jamaica, unfortunately. Obviously they're into the playoffs. But actually, let's just big up Curacao because
massive big up to Curacao.
unbelievable achievement. The smallest nation to do it as well, quite possibly ever. What were you telling me that what's it called? Population of Curacao?
I believe, let me double check this before I get it wrong, but I believe the population of Curacao, 155,000.
That is insane.
So,
It's insane. It
and
looks
for comparison, DR Sports, we have 462,000 subscribers.
So we could actually, all of our subscribers could fit into Curacao.
Well, I think the point is they wouldn't fit.
No, they could fit in double, triple.
As in, I don't think if every single DR Sports subscriber, big up all of you by the way, flew to Curacao, I don't think we'd all fit into the country. I believe.
That's insane.
Which is mad. And then to produce a team capable of starting 11 and bench of players who therefore go on to like draw with Jamaica and get to the World Cup. And it's not even that far from them as well. Because it's in the US, Mexico and Canada. They're going to have the summer of their lives, those players.
It's incredible. It's such a brilliant achievement. And obviously we saw a video of Rob talking about how disappointed he was with the whole Jamaica not qualifying, and Steve McLaren is no longer there anymore. I think the Steve McLaren thing, like at first it was obviously jokes, like having Steve McLaren there and like, massive, I don't really want to call him an icon, but a massive person, I'd say, in the footballing world, like stature-wise. Like I think, like obviously there was a lot of excitement, I think, that came with that, but the results have been so bad, and just the performances. Like when I was listening to a lot of people's reactions after that Jamaica game, they were saying it just felt so disjointed, like not playing as a team, like don't really have a style of play. And with respect to Curacao, with what they've achieved, just getting to this point, Jamaica are miles and miles better than Curacao on paper.
Yeah.
And it's such an such an underachievement. And it was like, it would have just been amazing to have Jamaica in it. And obviously they still can qualify, but I don't know. Let's see what happens.
Mason sent in the super saying Jamaica Hout. That's
Jamaica
very funny.
Hout.
But yeah, so just to explain for you guys who might not know what Jamaica's route now looks like, is they will go into the intercontinental playoffs of the 2026 World Cup. There are 6
when
teams.
are these?
These, I don't actually know. Oh, they'll be in March.
Oh, okay,
of course,
so
yeah, because
March,
this next
right.
international break
Yeah.
is March. All the qualifiers to the World Cup international break in March.
Okay.
And what it is so that's Asia, CONCACAF, Oceania, and South America. There's 6 of them are all going into this. So it's Iraq, DR Congo, Jamaica, Suriname, New Caledonia, and Bolivia are all going into 6-person. It's not 6-person tournaments. How it is Iraq and Congo, who are the 2 top-seeded teams, have a bye into the final, and then therefore Jamaica, New Caledonia, Bolivia, and Suriname
all
are going to play semi-finals.
Okay.
And then whoever wins out of those 2 games, not been drawn yet, but the draws will be soon, will then play one of Iraq and DR Congo in the final. So 2 out of these 6 will go through.
Okay.
But it just means it's more games for Jamaica,
Yeah.
and they didn't need to make it that way at all.
No, of course not. And I can't remember exactly who else was in their group because I feel like there's just been so many international breaks, it's hard to keep up. But it definitely was a very winnable group from what I remember, especially what the boys have said here as well. So yeah, I mean, even in those playoff games, like they are all very beatable teams. Like we're talking about
They
teeny
had
tiny
Bermuda,
nations.
Trinidad and Tobago, and Curacao.
I'm not
Yeah.
being funny. Like Jamaica should have easily.
Jamaica
topped that group.
they only lost 1 game. They drew 2. I think that's where
Yeah.
it was. Is that Jamaica got 3 wins, same as Curacao, but they lost 1. Jamaica finished on 11 points. Curacao finished on 12. Curacao, don't know if I'm saying that right, but yeah, just big up to Curacao, big up to Scotland, big up to so many other teams that have qualified. Austria, first
Austria.
World Cup since '98 or '92. There's a couple of others I think who are qualifying for. I mean, it's an expanded tournament, isn't it?
I mean, it feels like
Ever so
it feels like there's a lot.
Feels
of
like
people.
everyone's qualifying.
Everyone's
isn't it?
qualifying. Yeah. I don't know, but it's gonna be an amazing summer. Definitely. I don't love international break. I don't think most people love international break, but tournament football is great. Especially like the vibes. Think about it, like beer garden, beer being thrown everywhere.
Yeah, but then
sun's
the games
out.
are like 2 in the morning
Yeah,
because it's in the US.
but what are they going to do? Like, surely they're going to keep the pubs open.
You got the pubs. They've got an alcohol license. You
Saying
reckon they're
that,
just
When we had the World Cup in Qatar, I mean, some of the games were also like.
No, they weren't.
They were
late,
like
though.
8 in the morning.
Yeah, they were like, because I remember I was at uni and I would go to the library about 10 a.m., put the games on my iPad and just work all day in the library. And
Yeah,
just
but it
watching
was
loads and
long
loads
to
of
get up
games.
that early, and it was cold. It didn't have the same limbs. I'm sure if you were there, it had the same limbs. But when you were watching it here, it just didn't have the same limbs.
Yeah.
It was cold. It was really, really cold.
Yeah,
In
like
this
it
particular
is now.
studio,
Yeah.
it was cold at 8 in the morning.
I mean, yeah, it's going to be in the summer. I think I'll be holding down a fair few of these, fair few of the watch-alongs. So obviously, I know a lot of you are going to the US.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
That's still yet to be sorted, but I think obviously it's in the works. DR Sports in the US, hopefully.
Hopefully so.
But yeah, so there is one thing I want to talk about. It's one of the first hot take that we have.
Go on.
Earlier on today submitted. Is that I saw someone say,
Okay.
and this is about Scotland,
All right.
that Scott McTominay is going to finish in the World Cup team of the tournament.
Oh,
And I
Wow.
love that shout.
Yeah.
I think it was going to massively depend on how well Scotland play.
Yeah.
Obviously, if they get knocked out in the group stage, winning 1 game, losing 2, then probably not. Obviously, so Amram Mira, who said this, he clearly thinks that Scotland are going to do something in this World Cup, thinks that something can happen. And look, with the more teams that there are, obviously the extra teams there are, there's more chance to win games. Like
Yeah.
the quality of each team may, on average, dip a bit, which gives Scotland a chance.
of course, it does. I feel like we're going to a lot of tournaments when we've had even like Euros and stuff where people get really excited about Scotland and then Scotland do tend to crash out quite early on. Not saying that that's going to happen this time round. McTominay has been an absolute revelation at Napoli. He's not had probably the same success so far this season, but Napoli haven't been performing to the same level that they did last year when they won the league. But he's just been like rebirthed out there. You know, they are absolutely obsessed with him. So I don't know. Let's see. I think when you play in tournament football, there's a lot of luck that carries you. You know, there just is also the group that you're in.
Yeah.
And the draw for that is, I think, not next week, the week after.
The draws in December.
Yeah, I
so
think it's in the next couple of weeks. So, look, it should be really, really exciting. Whether or not he makes the team of the tournament, there's a lot of players up for show.
Yeah.
So, I probably wouldn't back that statement. But, you know, you can dream.
He's probably going to end up being team of the qualifying stage. I don't know if that even exists. but he's been stunning for Scotland. I think you talk about obviously Scott McTominay dropping off for Napoli a little bit. That is partly, I think, because Conte's been having him do left wing shifts.
Yeah.
He's been playing on the left wing for them, which is mad.
I love that Conte's also fully doing Conte right now. Just throwing
Yeah. Oh,
toys.
he's
He basically is doing what he always does. He wants to be sacked when it's going south.
Yeah.
Like,
As
he's
soon as it's
basically
going
saying,
south,
sack me.
Yeah, I've just won the league with you. Didn't quite get the right players. Sign Rasmus Højlund, who's not scored in a couple of games. Obviously, he did score against Thing. And then suddenly it's right, my best player, left wing.
Yeah. It's the history of the Conte.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons why I wasn't overly warm to the idea of having him at United.
Yeah, fair.
'Cause I knew that he might end up actually winning the league for us, or something insane like that, and then it will all go downhill so quickly, and we've got to pay £12 million to sack him, and then we're back to where we were
exactly,
before.
That's exactly what Tottenham did.
Yeah.
We had that back-to-back with him and Jose, and it was like the most two ridiculous appointments ever.
Yeah, that's a crazy couple of years to go through.
Oh, it was crazy.
Jose Mourinho and Conte.
Listen,
especially after Pochettino, who's so opposite to them.
You know why? Like, I had so much hate for Daniel Levy as the chairman of my football club because of these ridiculous decisions. When you had someone like Mauricio Pochettino that did the absolute impossible in a 5.5-year period, building a squad that was competing in the Champions League, got to a Champions League final, that had been away from home from 2 years, had gone unbeaten at White Hart Lane in their last season. All of this without, and also had a year without any transfers as well on top of that. Okay, so he'd done all of that and got to a Champions League final with a squad that really needed a big revamp. And then you sack him 3 months after getting you to said Champions League final. You sack him 5 months after moving back into your own stadium. Yes, it had gone stale, but the players had gone stale. Like, and I will never understand the logic of he needed time, he needed backing, and he never properly
Zero
got it.
capitalisation. Was
Zero.
It? Yeah.
And then you sack him, and then you go and hire someone like Jose, who was like a personal. It was a personal like itch that Daniel Levy needed to scratch because he'd wanted him all those years before when he had inquired about buying Tottenham, and then obviously went to Chelsea and was like, well, don't worry, I'll just go down the road and buy that one. And when with Abramovich, and he wanted Jose, and obviously that never happened. He went to Chelsea and the rest was history. And it was kind of like he wanted to just itch this scratch. And then you go and get a manager like Jose that wants backing, wants a Ferrari. You know, you can't put diesel in a Ferrari, for example. You've got to put the right petrol in it if you want it to work. And they were never going to do that. They were never going to do that with Conte. So if you're going to get those win fast, win now type of managers, then you've got to be spending a lot of money and give them kind of the keys to the kingdom and say, here we go, off you go and do your job. They'll leave it in a car crash after, but at least it would have done the job. But if you're going to do that and then try and penny pinch and then try and do your own normal, you know, instead of Bruno Fernandes, who we were linked with that whole time right before you got him, we get Jedson Fernandes, who barely even played for us and was terrible. Like, this is the type of...
And that was the saves. I don't know how you signed, how much you
football
signed.
Lad, I didn't know actually a Ferrari ran on diesel, but if it does, then great. I'm sure there's a nice bit of petrol you have to put in a Ferrari. It can't be like regular petrol, is it?
I'm sure regular. I don't know.
I don't have a Ferrari.
Is there nice petrol?
There's like, isn't there like there's normal unleaded, and then there's like premium.
There's like 91 unleaded or something as well.
There's like a
I drive an electric car.
And I drive a car that I can barely get the petrol pump off the car. Yeah. So in the winter it gets stuck.
I'm the worst person. I loved watching Top Gear, but I'm the worst person to talk about this.
Well, if you can put diesel in a Ferrari, then good for you.
Yeah. Another hot take from MRM Sports. Big up for the donation. Has said, my hot take, new rule. Ban players from running to the coaching area when their player is injured. We have seen teams tell a goalkeeper to go down. I kind of understand what he means, but this, I feel, is on the side of over tinkering with football. This is my issue, not necessarily specifically this, but with VAR. Is over tinkering with VAR.
Yeah.
You know, drawing these lines, adding all these little rules. The handball rule used to be, if it hits your arm, it's a handball. Now, like the handball rule, 5-6 years ago, was 3 lines. Now it's like 2.5 pages long.
Okay.
And it's like, for me, I'm saying no to this.
Yeah.
Because it's micromanaging, it's over tinkering, and it's like things, you know, with the, you know what's happening the last month or so with the towels, right? With you can use towels, you can't use towels, blah, blah, blah. Who cares?
I don't really see the difference.
If there is a bit of an advantage teams can get from it, but both teams can in theory use this advantage, then it's fine.
But there can't be that much of an advantage for using a towel other than you're just wiping the ball down. Like Surely that helps
to make you
and
throw a
benefit-
bit longer. Oh no.
But surely that benefits everyone. Like everyone can just get a towel.
If both teams can use this towel advantage,
Yeah, it's
then
not like
do it.
It's not really like a rocket scientist idea. It's just saying, okay, well, let's just wipe the ball down. Like everyone can do it. Everyone's got a towel. Like I don't really think that that's a crazy thing to do. Running over to the technical area, look, it's kind of like their way of. It's their way of getting messages, isn't it, to like the players and telling them what to do. It's fine. I mean, I don't really have a problem with that.
The only sport
It's no
that
different
it's
to when like
banned in is tennis.
a manager gives a player a piece of paper when he's subbed on and goes and gives it to someone else. So what's the difference?
Yeah.
It's just you can't have paper flying around the whole time.
Like if you're annoyed at what a player going down, a goalkeeper going down, the game is just the game. That is the epitome of the game is the game. If you're winning, you're Denmark at 2-2, about 3 minutes of time wasting right before Tierney scored. If you want to take that risk, then and time waste, cool, do it.
Yeah.
But you can get bitten, just like Denmark, because Denmark only needed the draw to go through.
Yeah.
So they got to 2-2. They were a man down. Dorgu scored with like 10 minutes play or something of regulation time. So they time wasted. And then eventually they were like, oh, I wish we had that time, obviously, because Scotland then scored. But they still got given an extra 2 minutes after the end of extra time.
We see that so many times. It's like when a player will take the ball to the corner and just try and sit there with it for ages. Like it's just part of the game. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Yeah, Christopher in the comments says, "Lol, Dylan Cleary doesn't have a Ferrari. Ferrari has never made a diesel engine and never will. They do not have a Ferrari."
I was quite surprised thinking that they made a diesel engine.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, no.
But yeah.
Well, they haven't made a diesel engine,
So,
according to Christopher. Thank you, Christopher. And also, yeah, I don't own a Ferrari. I get a sneaky feeling I never will. I like to aim high, but
all right, if you could pick your dream car, then what would it be?
McLaren P1.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was my favourite car as a kid.
Fine, fair.
McLaren P1. And then my realistic car that I'd love to buy at the moment, if I could, this is a really weird choice, is a Kia Sportage.
But that's
it's really bizarre, but I love it.
It's a nice car.
That or
that's your dream car currently.
Another car I really like driving. I've driven before is a Volkswagen ID3.
Oh,
the electric one.
Okay,
they're lovely cars to drive.
I don't know if I could do with the electric. Knowing me, I'd let the battery run too low, and I'd just be stuck on the motorway.
Well, most electric cars will have a range of like 200, 300 miles or something.
Yeah, but I'll probably be like, oh, it's down to like 10. I'll make it home. And I wouldn't, because that's what I do with my petrol.
With it.
I'm terrible with the petrol. I'm like, oh, no, I can make it home. I've got 1 bar the whole way from here to home.
Oh, Ryan Arsenal said he'd want a Mustang.
Yeah, Mustang. Mustangs are cool.
Mustangs are cool, but I don't think I'd like it.
No,
it's very heavy American.
You're not really a Mustang.
I'm not a Mustang guy.
No, you're not a Mustang guy.
Well, I'm not a guy who has big racing stripes down his car.
No,
it's not really my thing.
They are very cool, but not to say you're not.
I think it's cool when someone else has it, but I don't think that it's my style.
Do you know what I hate?
Yeah.
This is a real pet peeve. This is an actual ick for me. Okay, guys, this is an ick, and I'm really sorry if any of you that are watching this has this on your car. But you know, like the cars that are loud. Like they have the blowback on them, type of thing.
Obnoxiously loud.
Obnoxiously loud.
Yeah.
Like they've obviously tampered with the car a bit. They're a bit like a drifting car, like drag car. I can't bear it.
Neither can I.
I can't. I don't know what it does to me and my senses, but I can't.
The worst cars
always.
As well. I'm not kidding when I tell you. I was driving the other day behind someone who had done that to a Fiat 500. There's a Fiat 500 in front of me that was blasting about 100 decibels.
It's so annoying. And like, okay, so this is also why I don't like it, and this is where it really it's just such an ick for me. So I live on a stretch of road that like it's a long road, okay, and like there's no cameras. You can go fast down that road. I see it all the time from my window, and the way that the cars bomb down this road, and it's like anyone that has this on their car, has this exhaust that can like just do the blowback sound, whatever, does it, and they will do it at any time of night. And it is so annoying. And it just, in the summer, when you've got the windows open, it's so loud. I don't need to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I'm really sorry.
They're always, you know what there are as well? They're always the cars that have like the purple LED lights underneath them.
Yeah, always LED lights.
It's like a 2009 Ford Focus or something.
Yeah, I'm not into loud cars. I'd much rather be a Prius.
In my car, my little Renault Zoe is completely silent.
Yeah.
Big fan of the electric cars, personally.
So someone I used to work with actually had that car, and like also because they've got the really low like I don't know the chassis or like just it's very low to the floor. Suspension. That's what I was looking for. Suspension, and it's like how can you go? Like they have to literally stop to go over a speed bump. So yeah, sorry guys, that is my ick.
We could probably end up doing a whole hour on things that annoy me and you about cars.
Oh, loads.
We should probably stick to football somewhat.
Yeah, we should,
Live,
really.
live at 5 on Samsung and YouTube.
We should.
But
we should.
yeah, so there's some other hot takes coming in, but one hot take, submitted by Wayne Rooney.
Oh.
So obviously he's not submitted it to DR Sports, but this is something he said today, which is a bit mad.
Come on,
He was
Wazza.
asked, I believe by Prime Video Sport, to pick his top 3 Premier League players so far this season.
Okay.
He picked Semenyo,
Yeah.
Brian Mbeumo,
Yeah.
and Victor Gyökeres.
Huh?
Yeah, hold on. I will get this full quote. I don't know. In the comments as well, let me know who you think have been your kind of 3 favourite players or 3 best players in the league season. But what he said is, so after to pick his top 3, he said, Antoine Semenyo, I think he's been brilliant for Bournemouth, carrying on from his form from last season. I'd also put Brian Mbeumo in there. I think he's been really good for Man United.
I agree with both of those.
Third one, I'll probably go Gyökeres. I think Arsenal have been crying out for a number 9 for a few years now, and he's come in and his work rate, his determination, his hold-up play, and obviously he's scoring a few goals as well. That's my top 3. Bro, have you not watched Erling Haaland play this season? Maybe he's scared of Haaland taking up his Premier League goal-scoring record.
It's an interesting shout. Like
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very interesting shout. I would say that on the Gyökeres one, like I agree with some of the points he's made. I think the hold-up play is good. I think obviously the way that he fits into Arsenal with their this is not a dig, by the way, but like just with their focus on being defensive and compact and certain things like that.
He suffers from that a bit.
I think he helps the team, but I think he personally suffers from it because again, it's
his ability to score is hindered by the fact that focused on not conceding.
However, I think that it's a team sport, and I think that he's obviously been told the focus is that. I'm just interested as the season goes on with the service that he gets, because let's be honest, like that team is also very capable of scoring lots and lots of goals in open play, and I'll rip them for it, but like they are. If he can, if the goals do come more when there's less of a focus on defending. But I wouldn't have put him in my top 3. I think that is a crazy shout when there is Erling Haaland.
Yeah.
Honestly, like.
I mean, Ian K Entertainment House has come in with a hot take about Haaland, saying that Haaland is not a good footballer. He is just a good goal scorer.
Yeah, but I think
like Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Fair, and that we actually had a
that, by
big
the way, I
debate
think is a
about
bit disrespectful to Ruud van Nistelrooy. He was a very good footballer as well as goal scorer.
We had a very, very, very big debate about that on Monday's show. Don't know if you saw.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
About Kane versus Haaland.
We played it on the live.
Where do you sit on that?
Kane versus Haaland.
Yeah.
Kane is the better football player.
Yeah.
But I do reckon I'd rather have Haaland in my team.
Why?
Because
just from on my thing, just before you answer, because that means that Harry Kane doesn't score goals. Harry Kane scores goals left, right, centre. Haaland is an absolute freak of nature in the best possible way, and he's a goal machine, no doubt. But like when people say, "Well, I'd rather have Haaland because of the goals," but Harry Kane has always scored goals, so I don't feel like that particular point isn't. I think it's null and void.
The way I see it is, so I'm going, if I was building a team from scratch, right? So if it was, which one would you rather Manchester United sign right now? I probably would go Harry Kane because he would suit us better than Haaland right now. But the way I see it is if you have Erling Haaland in your team, you are then allowed to have more high-level like attackers and midfielders around him that can supply him. So, for example, I think Bruno Fernandes is one of the best midfielders in the world right now. I think him playing alongside Harry Kane could be a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
Whereas someone like if you got Bruno Fernandes with Erling Haaland, there'd be more goals and assists overall there.
Because Harry Kane drops deep.
Because Harry Kane occupies a lot more space on the field than Haaland does.
Yeah.
So if I'm creating, like in my head, this is like a 4-3-3 with a 6 and 2 8s. Bruno's one of those 8s, and someone like maybe Eze or Wharton or something. Like another progressive, maybe not Eze, but like Wharton or someone like a progressive player, but good passer as well with like flying wingers. I would put Haaland in that team over Kane.
Yeah.
Because it would give me more flexibility across the rest of the field. I know Kane himself is a far more complete player. I'm not bashing that. And both of them are absolute generational level strikers.
Yeah.
Like Harry Kane, possibly one of the best strikers to play in the Premier League ever.
Yeah.
So is Erling Haaland.
100%.
So it's like they're both right here for me. My hands on the screen. They're there for me. There you go. But if I was picking one to build a team, I would pick Haaland because I feel I get more flexibility elsewhere.
Okay, fair.
It's a very rounded answer.
Very rounded answer.
And I know you disagree. You're probably going
Do
to
you know what?
disagree
It's
with
not.
me.
It's one of those things where it's like I understand someone putting Haaland in, but I don't understand and I don't like this thing that Haaland scores goals. Well, Harry Kane scores
Yeah,
goals.
Haaland's on 32, Kane's on 28.
Yeah,
across
and like
all
even and
things
also
this
when he
season.
was in the Premier League, let's not make out as if Harry Kane wasn't getting 20 plus goals a season in the Prem.
He's got 230.
and he was also injured a lot of the time.
Yeah.
A lot, and like until towards the last.
What was it?
Ankle.
Were they muscle
Ankle.
injuries? Were they mostly ankle injuries?
Had a lot of
That just
ankles.
recurring ankle problem.
Had so many ankle injuries, and then what happened is actually under Jose, he changed his game. He started to drop back,
Yeah.
and then that was where this Harry Kane dropping deep, spraying the ball,
Kind of
link
unlocked
up
the
with
next
Son,
level for him, didn't it?
But it kind of him dropping deep and passing to Son or Dele or anyone else. That was kind of where it unlocked a new version on him. He's never been the fastest, but he was need to be the fastest because his finishing is so lethal and his passing is outstanding. So that was where that's where my back gets up when it's just like, oh no, Haaland. It's like, well, what is your argument on that? So
Yeah.
that was
So maybe sometimes you feel that people don't give
I don't think people-
thought enough, give it enough.
I
of a
don't
thought.
think that people respect Harry Kane enough, in my opinion, and that's probably because he never won anything here. But
Yeah, if he lifted 4 Prem trophies, then went
course.
to Bayern and he's going to win the treble with Bayern and win the Ballon d'Or.
But I still don't think he'll get the same respect unless he won the. I don't think.
Do you think World Cup changes it big time? Let's say England were to win the World Cup. He captains England to a World Cup.
Yeah, I think that massively.
And he
changed
actually
it.
does. Yeah,
I think
he
if he
doesn't
won the
sky
Champions
penalties.
League and he won that, yeah. But like when we were talking about the Ballon d'Or months ago, the fact that I think Harry Kane was 14th or something like that, 15th.
Oh, that whole Ballon d'Or list was a shambles.
And I just was like, sorry, Harry Kane, the Harry Kane is not even in the top 10. And Cole Palmer, who hadn't scored a Premier League goal outside of a penalty for about 7 months, was in the top 10. And there were so many others as well. I'm not even just picking out Cole Palmer. I'm just using it as an example as one I remember.
Palmer also, he was the highest finishing English player, wasn't he?
Yeah. And I was just like, how disrespected can one man be? Like, he's never done anything wrong, Harry Kane. The absolute professional, unbelievable goal scorer. And I'm just like, why does he not get the respect? Is it because he's from Spurs? Is it because he didn't win anything in his time in the Premier League, which is not all his fault? Harry Kane would have, Spurs should have built everything around Harry Kane and given him what he needed.
Yeah.
After that little after the Pochettino era, and even during it, we were very good for 2 seasons, and that was it. And Kane always said, "I'll stay as long as Spurs moving in the right direction." Then they stopped moving in any direction, so he had every right to go. But I feel like I just think he's very disrespected. Maybe because he doesn't have like that swag about him or things like that, and he's just not talked about in the same way that I don't know, that we grew up having Rooney spoken about or things like that. So. Yeah, I don't know.
I think to a certain extent, it's this. He does suffer from the Spurs tag.
Yeah.
Not to disrespect your club
Don't
too
we
much,
all?
but it's the
Don't we all,
It's the
guys?
thing of it was the whole never let's say he'd picked up an FA Cup or something early on in his career, that the whole no trophies thing would have gone completely different.
The only time I would say I wouldn't have Kane is if it was a one-off big game, because obviously he's never got over the line.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear that. Jake from Windy City, who I can only assume you more, therefore he lives in Chicago. Where he says, "Hey, y'all, huge fan from Chicago, USA, keep it up. Thank you,
What
mate."
gave it away that he was from Chicago?
Well, I didn't even realise he'd written Chicago, but he wrote his name is Jake from Windy City. I was really proud of myself that I figured out it was
You're
Chicago.
like, "It's Chicago."
And I realised he literally wrote
He
it in
literally
the
said,
super
"I'm
chat.
from Chicago."
Oh well, but MRM Sports with another super chat says, "How many goals would Haaland score at Bayern?"
Oh,
Probably the same, isn't it? So Kane's got 10 in 13.
Yeah.
Haaland's got 14 in 11 in the Premier League.
so probably about the same.
I don't think that either of them. Obviously, this might sound a bit stupid, but I don't think they could score more goals than they're doing. It's not like put Haaland in this team
No.
instead of thing and they score more goals. They probably score the same amount, maybe a difference of plus or 1 minus
Yeah,
either
I
way.
think it
If
will
you
be
put Kane
very
in the
similar.
City team,
Yeah.
he probably has 13, 14 goals this season as well.
Yeah, I don't
'Cause
think
he'd
I
just
don't
tear
think there'd be
apart
much
the-
in it. I don't think there'd be much in it.
Yeah.
I really don't.
And over all competitions this season, Haaland's on 32, Kane's on 28.
And also, sorry, there's this whole thing about prime Haaland. Harry Kane is 33 now.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking about a 33-year-old versus what is Haaland? 25.
24,
So there's
25.
a big difference. And if you go back to Harry Kane 10 years ago, when he started to break through, and have a look at all the goals, the range of goals that he scored, left foot, right foot, headers, etc. Like I feel like people have very short memories. That isn't to say that Erling Haaland isn't an unbelievable player, but he came into a team when he first came into a team that was, again, ready, set, made. Obviously, now they're going through a bit more of a transition. He's had some injuries as well. Like, they're rebuilding, but they're still a good team. Spurs had so much disruption during that Harry Kane era, and Harry Kane was still unbelievably good. Harry Kane will never give you a poor performance. And people like to say about the World Cup, and he doesn't, he looks lethargic, he looks this. At the end of the day, that's on the manager. If Harry Kane wasn't fully fit, that's on the manager.
I think there is a certain amount. Kane's had more time to do it, but Kane has been a bit of a ghost in some games.
Yes.
And that's the one thing that I have for Haaland. Haaland's yet to do that.
Yeah.
Haaland, I'm yet to see Haaland disappear in a game. Like, genuine. Like, he might not score a goal, he might be bad in a game, but I'm yet to see him be non-existent in a game, if that makes sense.
I really can't remember Harry Kane ever being non-existent in a Spurs shirt.
Spurs shirt, maybe not, but what about, like, again,
England,
some of your big games? Yeah, that I guess it is what it is. Like, Haaland literally is knocking back 5.
I remember saying and sitting here like when I got back from the Euros and after the group stages, and I said, I've never seen Harry Kane look so poor. I've never seen him look like that, but he was carrying an injury the whole time. Does he turn around and say, I don't want to play? Like, Heung-min Son carried a hernia injury the whole of, was it last season or the season before? The whole entire season. Is it on those players to not play? If the medical team says you can play, then you play. So if that's not the right fit or it's not working, it's on the manager. Sorry.
I actually just had a quick thought. There is one game I've seen Haaland be completely just marked out of, and it was the FA Cup final that we beat them. He was completely non-existent that game. It
was non-existent.
But that's just big up to Rafael Varane for that. But obviously, I am United. I care more. Like, I remember that more. There's obviously we've got loads of hot takes coming in. By the way, this chat is so active. I'm loving it. We have that's an advert. Spurs Live says Rashford must start in the England starting 11. This is from Instagram. Yeah, 100%.
100%.
I think genuinely this might just be because of a lack of other quality options, but I don't think Rashford's never not been England's best left winger of the last 5 years.
Yeah.
No matter what form he's in, he's always England's best left winger. Like, I find it mad he didn't go to the last tournament.
You have to look at where Rashford was in those moments. Like, I think a lot of us thought that his England career was probably done if he would have continued to stay at Manchester United. The best thing he did was go to Villa and go on loan. And then obviously now this season he's having an unbelievable season at Barca. But the rebirth of him in particular has been amazing because he has always been the best option on that left for England, but it wasn't viable to pick him. He wasn't playing.
But with England,
and also his own confidence had been completely shredded. It had.
Yeah, no, I do get that, but it's not. I just find it. Going to the World Cup. No, was it the World Cup? Yeah, the you didn't get selected
in 2021, 22.
22. Yeah, sorry, my brain is completely fried. No, it was the Euros.
Right.
Sorry, so it's Euros. Didn't go 2024 Euros.
So you're talking about last year's Euros.
Yeah, Rashford wasn't. He didn't go.
Yeah.
And there's a certain See, you can say with national teams, players should always be picked on merit.
Yeah.
But it's a little more nuanced when there's some players who should be picked on merit, or some spaces that should be available on merit, but some players who should just be in that team. Because, so Harry Kane, for example, let's say he doesn't score for 10 games.
Which would never happen, but yeah.
But, just hypothetically, you go, well, he should still be called up. Like, Kyle Walker for ages was not playing well for Man City, but he was in the group of, he just had to be, John Stones, he could have a 2-month injury. I feel for the left-wing position, Rashford should have been in that situation because he would have made England better.
Yeah, I don't agree with that because I think at the time he was under so much pressure at Manchester United. He wasn't getting in the team. There was all of the the stuff going. There's always been stuff that's been going on with Marcus Rashford, And carrying Manchester United was a very big job, and he was kind of made out to be the scapegoat a lot of the time. Should he have been included in the squad? That is maybe another question. But I think that the displays that we were probably seeing at the time and what was being spoken about at the time probably didn't warrant it. Like, football is very fickle.
Was Anthony? I think wasn't Anthony Gordon in that squad?
Anthony Gordon was like hyped up massively. Anthony Gordon is a good player. Anthony Gordon's a good player. He's just not having a very good season. Football is very fickle. Like, what is it? One minute can't remember saying.
I have no idea what you're
Can't
about to
remember.
say.
There was like a saying, but I can't remember it. But anyway, like, I just feel like maybe it wasn't the right choice that he would have been included in that squad. But he's definitely, when he's on form and he's playing and he's got his confidence back as he has, he's definitely the best option for England on the left.
MRM Sports is coming with another super chat. Big up for your super chats, by the way. Really, really thank you. But he said something which is definitely going to rattle you because this isn't true. I think the route to the top also comes into play, talking about Kane and Haaland. We've heard of Haaland when he was still at Norway. A team looks scary with Haaland up front and not Kane. I think they've forgotten what Harry Kane's route to the top was.
I don't know what age you started watching football. I don't know how much you watch football, or I don't know. But Harry Kane went out on loan.
I'll get.
I can't remember. I actually can't even remember how many times Harry Kane went on loan. Harry Kane had four times.
So joined
he was at
Spurs
Leicester, Norwich.
So he became a Tottenham first team player.
Orient.
And then so he went Leighton Orient, played 18 league games. Then Millwall played 22 league
that was
games.
the last one.
Then went to Norwich for half a season, 3 games. Then Leicester 3 games.
He went on loan so many times. He was all like. I think Tim Sherwood actually said it, because he's the one that brought it in. He was kind of like, they didn't think that Kane was going to make it, like, in terms of putting it through. He wasn't the one that they had all the expectation on at the time. Harry Kane literally just worked so hard. He's one of those players where you can see, like, naturally Haaland is just a beast type of thing. It comes so natural.
Yeah.
Harry Kane has had to work and work and work, I think, to get to that point. But like, the finishing is unbelievable. His finishing has improved year in, year out. Just unbelievable. Like, if you weren't there in the good old days 10 years ago when Spurs had the seatbelt shirt on.
Seatbelt Kane and Son.
Seatbelt Kane and Son.
Seatbelt Kane, Son and Ali was
unbelievable.
Mental.
Like, that last season at White Hart Lane, Harry Kane was so clutch. Like,
was Sissoko in that team as well?
Yeah, Sissoko was in that team.
Or what?
No, Sissoko came a little bit later.
Was he after that?
Well, he was there, but he wasn't playing.
Dembele was that.
That team should have won something, and this is always going to be the problem, because it didn't win anything. But the reason wasn't on just Harry Kane. There was a lot of other players in that. We had a back four that had Rose, Walker, Toby Alderweireld and Jan. You had Eric Dyer that sometimes would come and sit in front of them as well, because he was much actually better in that role. Then you would have Moussa Dembele, who is also one of the most underrated Premier League footballers ever. Okay, him, Victor Wanyama. You had Eriksen, Dele, Son, Kane.
Yeah,
unbelievable. Unbelievable team, guys.
Team.
Should have won something.
I can't believe you finished third at the end of that season. That was mental.
Yeah,
we got a couple more super chats.
That was our first season of actually trying to go for it.
Yeah.
The season after that, we finished second. Then I think we finished... Where did we finish after that? We finished second twice, I think. I think we finished third.
Sounds like Arsenal.
Second, third. I think. Can't remember. Yeah. But yeah, we were unbelievable, guys. And we weren't even at home.
Anthony Adegoke has said, hot take, he's basically just asking you, Arsenal win the league, Abby dyes her hair red. Obviously that's a no.
Obviously that's a hard no.
Would you do it? Would you do it if they didn't win the league?
No, why would I spray my hair red if they didn't win the league? Absolutely not. I'm not. Listen.
To mock them?
No. If I had a bet with Rob or something like that, and it was the only way I would do it.
Something in return?
The only way I would do it is if it was like a charity thing, and I wouldn't dye it. I'd spray it. Like, guys, come on. I'd dye it with spray, but only if it was like a charity thing between me and Rob. Meanwhile, obviously, Rob and I had that bet last year, didn't we? And I made that mental bet so early on that Spurs were going to win something before Arsenal did. And I don't know what came over me, but fair. So maybe I will take the bet, because they seem to pay
I
off.
remember saying I thought the United were going to win the league before Arsenal did. I said that 2 years ago. It's not looking good for me. I thought after multiple second place finishes they'd drop off, but
red eyebrows. They want me to have red eyebrows. Okay, red eyebrows.
MRM Sports. We found out who he supports. Garnacho might give us 20 goal and assists and top 5 league signing.
Chelsea.
I mean, he did it last season for us. He got 21 goal and assists last season.
Did
for
he?
Us. Yeah.
So why were you all so desperate to get rid of him?
Oh, because he was just a word I can't say live on TV. It just didn't work out for him in the end. He was it's a bit too egotistical for us. I think because we played him like 39, 40 league games in a row or something stupid like that at one point. His expectation as a 19-year-old, then he hits like 2021 and he wasn't playing every single week and he wasn't playing in his best preferred position. He then just hated it and Maresca went, I'll play you there. So he's like, cool, I'll head off. Plus he was a Chelsea fan as a kid or something. I don't know. I don't think Garnacho's going to become a top 5 league signing in the league. But 20 goal and assists all competitions. Did he say Premier League? All competitions. Yeah, he can become a 30 because his output once he gets better and his decision making improves, his output is very, very good.
Also depends how much he plays.
Yeah, it depends how much he plays. But if he plays and his output gets better, yeah, he can hit 30 goal and assists, goal involvements a season. He's that type of player. Christopher ZY says, maybe hot take, Kane equals Benzema. Yeah. And then below, Shirihara said, Benzema prime is better than Kane's prime. That's not true. I can see why they're similar type of players.
They are a similar type of player.
Benzema's prime was very short compared to what Harry Kane's been doing for a decade.
Also, one was playing for Real Madrid.
One was playing for Real Madrid, one was playing for Spurs.
Come on, guys. Yeah. Come on. Let's be fair.
MRM Sports, with a box striker like Delap and Garnacho wing play. Yeah, no, I can hear it. Like, Delap I rate quite highly. I know he's had a not good start to life with Chelsea being injured. Delap I do rate quite highly, though. And Delap's the kind of striker that would play well, I think, with Garnacho. I think that can work. But Maresca's obviously got a billion players to manage anyway. They've signed another player, I think, who's joining them in a couple of years' time. Oh, no, it was like a here we go last week from Fabrizio Romano about another like centre back or something or midfielder they've signed. But yeah, the Dark Knight keeps asking, talk about Arsenal versus Bayern. We're probably going to do that. That's not
till next week. We've got we've got North London Derby before that.
We've got North London Derby this weekend. And remember, we are live at 5 every single weekday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, live at 5. Abby's on.
I'm actually not here for I'm not actually here for the rest of the week though.
The rest of this week?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not here tomorrow.
Oh, who's doing live at 5 tomorrow?
We'll find out. You'll find out at 5 p.m. tomorrow.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm up in Leeds.
I am on our normal show though tomorrow, guys. Obviously, I expect to see you at 12:30.
Oh yeah, no, that's going to be a really good show, especially
that will be
first
good,
Premier League show. That will be good.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got some other hot takes. Wait, I wrote them down. I found them a couple good ones. Oh yeah, because I like this ones. Varos on Twitter claims Bruno Fernandes is one of the all-time best Premier League midfielders, but will remain underrated unless he wins the Premier League. Unless he wins the PL.
All time?
I think it's a little too far of a stretch.
Top 50?
But I don't disagree. Whereas, he's top. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's top 20.
Top 20 of all time. Do you think?
His output for consistently for like 5 years has been
top 20
mental.
in the history of the Premier League.
Yeah, because I'm stripping away achievement here in terms of like winning the Premier League or anything. Obviously, like Gerrard never won the Premier League, and he's still talked about as one of the best. In terms of purely how damn good that guy is at football, he's up there.
Do you think he makes 20, like just number 20? Do you think he's at the back end of that?
I can't make a list because I can't pull the 20 best of all time out my hat, but it would be insane if he wasn't in that conversation. Is the way I'm gonna phrase this. I'm not saying top 10, top 5, so maybe 10 to 20, somewhere around there. But
top 20 to
I honestly, like, based on, I know, like, it's so easy to hate him because
I really don't hate him. I just think there has been so many amazing midfielders in the Premier League.
I think he tops most of them.
He don't get in the top 10.
No, I don't think top 10.
I think he might just get in the top 20, just.
But Jenny, I feel like he's so underappreciated. He's the only person in the last decade I've watched at United who I'd go is potential, like, legendary status at our club because of what he's done for maybe De Gea as well. But in terms of like the context of what he's had to play in for the coming up to now 6 years, the numbers he's got 100 goals and 89 assists in about 300 appearances.
Fair.
That's playing attacking midfield, left wing, right wing, striker, DM, centre back, right back. Like, and he's been injured like twice. He's talking about the best ability is availability. That guy's he's had one injury. I think he's missed. He's missed one game through injury since he joined us. And like he's scored bangers with broken ankles.
Yeah.
And stuff. Maybe not broken ankle, but that's personally, I don't agree that he's one of the all-time best midfielders in the Prem. But I do agree that he will remain massively underrated unless he was to win a Prem title. What What are you looking at?
I'm just looking at a article that was ranked. This is in September of like 30 best, and I'm just interested to see where he was on this list.
He's not on there.
No, I'm still going. I'm still going.
Well, meanwhile, I'll read another one out, which you guys can debate in the comments. Is AB462 says Frank is being found out as a mid-table manager at best. He can't do it at big clubs.
I am going to respond to you.
And I know you're a
I'm
you're a
just
big,
wondering
big
if he's
Frank,
actually, if they've put him in the top 10.
Big Frank fan, I can't speak.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just scrolling. He does not make the top 30 on this particular one.
Personally, I think that's wrong.
Fair, but I'm actually gonna send this to you.
He will get his flowers big
Turn your
time.
airdrop on. I'm gonna actually send this to you
right.
because I feel there is so like when you sit and you deep how many midfielders there actually are, like that have played in the Premier League.
airdrop
There are
is
some
on.
that
There
you
you go.
probably think you could definitely take out of there that might be questionable, and I think that he would have a shout to be definitely within that list, but there are so many that you just forget. Right, back to the question. What was it, Thomas Frank?
Thomas Frank is being found out as a mid-table manager at best, and he can't do it at big clubs.
I think that's unfair. I think Thomas Frank has been at Tottenham for 4 months. Thomas Frank has got the longest injury list as well.
Ilkay Gundogan's on this list.
Clutch.
Not as good as Bruno Fernandes. Ilkay Gundogan was not as good as Bruno Fernandes.
Gundogan was...
Mikel Arteta is 23rd on this
Mikel
list,
Arteta
right?
could definitely come out of that list.
Yeah, Jordan Henderson's 21st.
Won the Prem.
Park Ji-sung is 19th on this list.
Poor player.
Personally, I'm having Bruno Fernandes. I love Park Ji-sung.
You can replace... Mikel Arteta should not be on that list.
Yeah, James Milner's on this list. I'm having Bruno over James Milner. Maybe not Rodri. I'm having Bruno over Carrick, although I love Michael Carrick.
Michael Carrick was unbelievable.
Yeah. I'd put Bruno above Michael Carrick as
Crazy, though.
like one of the best midfield. Like in terms of just pure as a midfielder, Michael Carrick was amazing.
Guys, this can be your live at 5.
Yeah, man, I'm just going through this list. There are definitely, like, I would have Bruno Fernandes over Cesc Fabregas, for example. And Cesc Fabregas is 11th on this list. Genuinely would.
You'd have him over
Cesc Fabregas wouldn't do at United what Bruno's done in the dire situation we're in.
Fabregas.
Yeah, man.
Guys.
Trying to look through the rest of these. Like we're up to obviously
How old
like
are you?
De Bruyne, Giggs, 25, Lampard.
How old are you again, Dylan?
Etc. 25 years of age. Even production's telling me to stop talking. Right, that's just how I feel. I absolutely
you would have
love this
Bruno
man.
Fernandes over Cesc Fabregas.
Yeah. I think they would.
Kane's going to say they can't chat. They can't chat.
That's just how I feel. Some of the comments. Don't go day drinking. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
That's just how I feel. I just think
I know.
He'll get his flowers in a few years' time.
You can't really
chat in a few years' time. But there are some people on that list.
I'm reeling from that. I'm in shock. I'm in shock at that take. And the Carrick one.
Oh,
Arteta, you were right.
Richard just sent me a message. He's saying that he's clipping that.
Yeah, that's got to get clipped. That's flawed
man, I
me.
back it. Is what it is.
Okay, that's flawed me. Anyway, sorry. Back to Thomas Frank.
Thomas Frank, mid-table manager, can't hack it at big clubs.
I really don't think it's fair to make a judgment on Thomas Frank at the moment when there are so many injuries at Tottenham. If Tottenham had a full strength side and they had all their attacking options and we were still playing like crap, then I would agree with you. But I feel like, why am I going to make a judgment on Thomas Frank at the moment? I'm not. So give it till end of season and then let's go from there. That is fully getting clipped.
Yeah, no.
You literally
the live at 5 chat are not having.
No, because you
not having it.
You said you rubbish Gundogan. You were like, that is an outsane. You were like, that's an outrageous take, which it's just not.
I'm just talking about how good they are.
You also said, and I quote, that Bruno Fernandes is better than Cesc Fabregas, which is just a bombastic statement. Bombastic. You also then questioned Michael Carrick. Like, the Arteta one, I would agree with, and that is not even from a hate perspective.
I'm not
the Park Ji-sung, who was also such a clutch player as well, but like I can arguably let you question those two, but I can't let you question the others. I can't let you question the Carrick one, and I can't let you question the Cesc Fabregas one. And this is coming from me. This is coming from me. Guys, I'm sorry.
Look. I said I've just said to Kenya, I back what I say, but I probably should not have said that on camera. That's what I'm going.
Welcome to the world of being
But
on
yeah,
camera.
it's always a hot take show.
It's a hot take show. That was definitely that was not even lukewarm. That was not even a lukewarm.
Freddie
take.
AFC3 says Haaland will leave Man City within 3
Sorry,
years.
Kenya's just said that's so bad. I'm disgusted. I was in pure shock as well, Ken.
Yeah, she said she might mute my mic.
Yeah, I think we might need to. Wow. They're asking if you
we have
do you
fun
need
here
to
on
be drug
GR
tested?
Sports.
Like that's what they're saying. Like
No, I'm fine. I don't do any of that stuff.
crazy. That was just a real take, guys. There's no
Actually,
duress.
I think
There's
he's,
no under
I
the
think
influence.
he's
Nothing.
just one of the best. Outrageous player. And he won't get his flowers until
He won't.
5 years
I tell you what, he won't get them over Cesc Fabregas or Michael Carrick or Ilkay Gundogan or Jordan Henderson.
Because there's nothing else I can say, because I know why all those players have the esteem they are, because they're proven Premier League winners. Michael Carrick was one of the most underrated midfielders of his time, probably of all time, because he was like just absolutely stunning for United. I just think as a player that can do literally everything pretty much on a football pitch.
He's a great player, but he's not better than any of those. He's better than Mikel Arteta was, yes.
He's so much better than Mikel Arteta.
And Mikel Arteta shouldn't be in that.
No.
Should not be in that. And that is not even coming from a salty place, but he just shouldn't be in that list.
Yeah.
Even nowhere near the top 30.
Someone
No.
said my young age is starting to crack. Yeah, I do hear that. I understand that. But just last hot take for the day.
Go on.
Freddie AFC says Haaland will leave Man City within 3 years. What's his contract situation
He
like?
signed that really long one, didn't he?
Yeah, so Haaland's contract is a 9.5-year deal he signed in January on, I think he's the highest paid player in the league, isn't he? Current salary is 500 grand a week.
Well, it depends where'd you go. Like,
I can see him in 9.5-year deal aside. I can see him at Barca. Like he's a
well, I
Barca.
don't think
He's
have
a
they got
Barca
the money,
player.
Barca?
No, they've got no money. No,
They've got
I don't
no
think
money.
he could go to Barca.
I could see him at Madrid.
I can see him at Spain big time.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd see him at Madrid.
Oh, I could see him at Madrid.
I could see him at Madrid, but I feel like
Not in this current team, but I could see him in Madrid. I mean, he's got a long time. I could definitely see him in Madrid. I could also see him at Bayern. I could see him at Bayern one day. I could see him post Kane at Bayern.
doing a slightly detoured route with the whole Dortmund to Bayern thing.
Could.
Yeah, I can see him at Bayern. I can see him at Barcelona. Madrid, I just don't feel that. Like, I feel like he could be painted as the whole Madrid Galactico thing, but I don't know if he's that type of guy who would want to be walking around being calling himself, because he's a massive team player.
Yeah, he is.
Haaland is, which is why I feel
Also,
like he
when
would
you've got-
suit.
well-
He gives me the both phrases. He gives me more Barcelona vibes than Real Madrid vibes, because they're very different clubs.
Yeah, they are.
That's the best way I can explain it. But I don't think he's going in the next 3 years.
No, I agree.
he's here to stay, guys.
Yeah, he's not
Unfortunately
gonna
for the rest of us, apart from Kim, who's one of 2 Man City fans that I
And
actually know.
I don't really mind. Well, I know that Spurs are not going to win the league, so
It makes it harder for someone like. I mean, I'm watching. I don't like it.
No, I get
considering
why
that
you don't like
he was literally recommended to us and everything, and we actually turned down the chance to sign him when he was like 17.
and then you went for Haaland as well.
And then we signed Haaland a few years later, and now we got Šeško. We'll see what happens.
Who have you got this weekend?
We got this weekend Everton at home, Monday Night Football.
Oh, tasty
It
that.
should be a good game.
Tasty game.
Yeah. I mean, I feel pretty good about that game personally.
Yeah, you're on a good
Like
run.
we're on a good run. We're looking. Obviously, Šeško's out for like 3 weeks now, but so we've got to see who turns out up front. Last time we drew 2 to them, 2-2
With
to them
Spurs.
away from home. They were saying last time
sorry,
we
with
played Everton,
Everton,
it was 2-2 draw. We 2-0 down at half time, and then Bruno moved deep, and it was the most one-man display I've seen in such a long time. He scored a lovely free kick, brought it back, ended the game 2-2. We beat them 4-0 at home. It's pretty much around now. Last season, it was Amarim's first win actually. So it was towards the end of November. We beat Everton 4-0. Marcus Rashford scored twice. Joshua Zirkzee scored twice. And Joshua Zirkzee could be coming back into the team, which would be a bit
We
mad.
haven't really even spoken about
He's played 90 minutes this season
him. Yeah.
over 4 appearances. And one of those was he played 60 minutes because Cunha had to come off after half an hour against Burnley. Talk about Kobbie Mainoo not getting minutes. Joshua Zirkzee's actually not getting minutes. Like he's on the bench and he's never coming off. So he's on the bench. He's never coming on because we've got, Mason Mount comes on ahead of him. If Šeško's not starting, Šeško comes on ahead of him, or like Ahmad moves up to the attacking positions ahead of him. Like he's doing absolutely nothing.
Well, this
That
could
makes
be
sense.
this could be his opportunity. This could be his time to shine.
Yeah, I don't think. I just don't think he's got. He doesn't have. He's the third choice in every single position. So even when like Ahmad and Buma go to AFCON, Bruno Fernandes will move to the right hand side instead of him. Like I just don't think. I just don't think it's gonna work.
Sorry, but your take is still living rent free.
I know. No. I'm a bit
It's
worried
living
about
rent-free.
ending this show because I feel like Kenya's gonna kind of run in here and tackle me.
It is literally living
I'm gonna get
so
shouted
rent free in my head right now. It really is. But it's okay. Listen, we've all been there. We all have it. But be prepared for the clip.
Yeah, oh no, I know. It's going up and I'm going to mute it. Or should I just continue? Or no, you know what?
No, you've got to die on the
Shall I
hill.
make sure
You've
I
got to die on the hill
Shall I make
now.
sure I double
Double
comment
down.
first comment on it?
Be like,
Ask
at me, guys.
Ask Jack to pin the comment.
Yeah.
Pin my comment.
Be like, say nothing.
Come at me.
Yeah, come
Yeah.
at me. This is my belief.
It'll age fantastically, I'm sure. But either
sure.
way, thank you for coming on, Abby.
Thanks
I
for
don't want to
having
end
me.
the stream now.
I'll see you next
wanna
week.
see this.
We'll be back next week
Yeah,
together.
I'll see you next week. I'm not here tomorrow, as you guys are probably happy about that. I need 48 hours to cool off.
I think they need to cool off.
I'm up to Leeds for the FCAs, but I'll be
Lovely.
back on Friday at 5 p.m. to preview all of the Premier League's action in the coming weekend. Obviously, you are
I
on
will
tomorrow
see
at
you
half
tomorrow
12.
at 11.
You'll
Sorry,
be here.
12:30. Yes.
12:30 for the weekend roundup. Should be a fantastic show with the Premier League back and everything. There's obviously plenty of content coming across the next few days on DR Sports, FCM, Monday roundup, all of that stuff. But apart from that, I will personally see you Friday. But live at 5 will still be here on Thursday, which should be at 5 p.m. tomorrow. So we'll see you soon.
Welcome along,
That is
weekend
unbelievable.
roundup. Oh my days. We're in for a great show today, guys. Well, what about the North London Derby?
I'm not getting rattled.
We're 3 points off top 4, so it's not looking too bad.
Yeah.
Foden 88, Saka 87. I think that's wrong.
Nice that you put your top on. You want to take it off and get the branding out? Happy birthday!
Make a wish to win the league.
I did.
How much chance will Arsenal have of winning the Champions League?
0, mate.
If we got free
Can't do it.
PSV, do you think there's any chance?
No,
that we
no,
know?
no.
Hang on, let me finish.
Predictions
2-1 Tottenham.
3-1 Liverpool.
2-0 Wolves.
Chelsea to beat Man United at Old Trafford.
Still there.
You're in trouble if we win this game.
You better not lose on Saturday.
We beat the world champions this weekend. That makes you world champion.
We're the world champions, but you're not in a title.
This is why you'll never win the league.
6 billion down the drain.
Robbie celebrating a 1-0 win. Abby Pilates instead of trophies. You never walk alone.
Catch us every Monday for the weekend roundup.
No chance over them. Yeah, the goals and assists are better. I understand that, but
But just as a football player, I also think he's massive.